All right, what's going on, everybody? I go by the name of Cataclysm 215, and today we're going to be reviewing the Democratic Detonation war bond. And honestly, this is one of my favorite war bonds. I couldn't wait to review this since the updates, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why. Now, let's get right into it. We're going to do this review a little bit differently. We're going to start off with the Adjudicator, and we're going to talk about how amazing this weapon is. It's probably one of the best, one of the only good assault rifles that are in the game right now. It has the medium armor penetration. Um, it does have some high recoil, but you can also counter that by wearing specific armors that would lower that recoil. Um, it does a ton of damage in a very short amount of time. The scope on it is pretty cool. And yes, it's highly recommended, especially if you enjoy using assault rifles. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this weapon. It's definitely my favorite assault rifle for sure. Okay, we can go over the armor too, real quick. So the first page has the engineering kit. It reduces the recoil, Adjudicator, when crouching or prone by 30%. Also, the inventory of your holding capacity of throwables is +2. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. Like I said, we're going to review this war bond a little bit differently than we did the other ones. Now, the expert extraction pilot, uh, this booster, it's a little bit lacking. There's other boosters that far outshine this one just because you're only going to be depending on this booster at the very end of your mission. And like that's like okay, but I mean, is it really going to save you? Not really. Not really. Now the Eruptor, on the other hand, very, very good still against the bots. I find that when you're fighting like level 8 or 9 or 10 missions against the bugs, this weapon is just too slow. Um, it still kills everything, like literally everything you shoot it at, but man, against the bugs, it's really hard. Now against the bots, it's still really solid. Just because they can't close in on you as fast as the bugs. Um, yeah, as far as the bot side, I do recommend it, but it's still not the best. Now the crossbow, on the other hand, does almost as much damage as the Eruptor, but you're not having to constantly reload with the Eruptor, or well, I mean it's a single round, so it's like a single round reload or wherever the friggin' the word is. I really don't care. But yeah, you get 5 shots per round or per clip with this weapon, and it does a ton of damage. Medium armor penetrating, and also explosive. You could use this against the bugs. You can use it against the bots, and it's going to save your butt a ton. Also, it's one-handed, so if you like to use a shield, or if you're running with the hard drive or anything like that, this weapon is absolutely amazing. It'll clear out tons of hordes. It can also do a ton of damage against some of the bigger enemies as well. Um, but yeah, we're going to be going over two major upgrades. Well, not well, one major upgrade and one thing that's absolutely amazing about this warbond is, first of all, these two things that we're going to be going over absolutely change the way you can honestly play the game. Because you have so much build diversity when it comes to these next two things. And we're going to be going over the thermite grenade. Now, this thing is absolutely insane. The buff that Arrowhead did recently has made this basically like having a fifth stratagem, because as long as you can stick the thermite grenade on like a charger's head or an Impaler's head, a Bile Titan's head, you stick this thing right on a Hulk, right in the center of it. Um, a tank. It could take out a tank in one shot. This thing is absolutely amazing. You could take this in and not have to worry about bringing in so many other things to deal with those types of enemies that like this has become my go-to when it comes to grenades or the grenade slot. And then we have the grenade pistol, which is on its own when you're just fighting like hordes and stuff like that. It can take them out very quickly, but it can also close bug holes and fabricators. So yeah, it's still one of the best secondary weapons you can bring in the entire game. It's explosive. It does really high damage, and yeah, yeah, highly, highly, highly recommend it. Honestly, guys, this is one of the best war bonds in the entire game. And let's just go over the rating real quick. Um, as far as bots, I'm gonna give it A plus because, like I said, like the build diversity, the Eruptor, the Crossbow, the Adjudicator, all really, really good against the bots. And as far as the bugs, I'm giving it an A minus, but the only reason I'm giving this an A minus is there is one war bond that's better against the bugs than this one is. And for that, I am going to say I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next one. Peace.